Hey, I see a ton of misinformation about this the after hours price movement in GME this afternoon. Today is obviously June the 7th. And so I'm going to clear this up. I've posted detailed videos about this in the past. This is the core of my whistleblower report with the SEC. And you guys, I see so much misinformation all over the place, and you have to just not listen to these people that have no clue what they're talking about, okay? I'm going to show you and prove once again that that's a function of what's called out of sequence trades. See this? Out of sequence. Now, this happens to be AMC. This is an old video that I captured from July 24th, 2023, when AMC had the same strange price movements after hours. And I told everybody exactly what it was. I showed them exactly where the trades originated before they were disappeared from real-time trading and moved into the after hours under condition. There's your category, condition, in your time and sales, out of sequence trades, okay? And you see in the case of AMC, remember, it was trading in the fives after hours, after the close, and then we saw it jerking up into the sixes and even into the sevens at different points. All of those sudden moves were being caused by the out of sequence trades that had happened pre-market that same day, very, very early in the morning, and they'd been removed from printing, disappeared in essence from trading, because in the case of AMC, it was upside pricing pressure that could have moved the stock out of the range that the bad actors wanted it to be moved out of, basically creating a snowball effect and potential short covering. So the after hours movement that you guys saw in GME today, and you guys can see the note here. This is the close today in GME. This is the chart of GME, okay? All of that trading that posted after hours was all within this range down here. The reason you guys saw price moves jerking all the way up to $60 and then back down and then back up again is because those were and are, again, out of sequence trades that they pulled from the trading activity that took place either yesterday after hours. So, right, this is the 6-6 close. All of this activity is after hours on 6-6, or they pulled it from the trading activity pre-market from the 6-7 open, right? But there's only a short period of time it's possible because, again, this is your $60 demarcation line right here. So those were out of sequence trades that were either disappeared from this trading activity here, right, yesterday, right before the market closed after hours on 6-6, or very, very early this morning pre-market, and you can see trading activity above the 60 line. It's basically the first 2 hours of trading, because some of it printed well above, and then some of it printed, in those lower 60s that you guys saw. But from this period forward, which is and I'm West Coast PST, but starting at 3:05 a.m., right? Market opens at 1 a.m. for me, and so from 3:05 a.m. PST all the way into the open, which is right here, and then all the way into the close. Obviously, you never traded in the 60s. So this disinformation I heard on these Spaces calls from Keith and these other people, they're completely wrong. It has nothing to do with the lulled halt. It is bogus, 100%. It is price manipulation, 100%, but they're completely wrong about the source. The source is up in this area right here, right? You know exactly when the stock traded 60 or higher. It's this sliver of time I just showed you. Could have been the tail end of after hours trading on the 6th. Could have been the very first 2 hours of trading on the 7th. But those are the only periods of time when your price was at the levels that were then posted in the after hours today in GME, and they all appear under out of sequence condition, out of sequence trade. That's it. There's no big mystery to it. You have one part of it right. It is completely bogus. And the reason that they strip away the price movement up here, especially the volume, is because it could easily start to push through technical levels and start a runaway short squeeze to the upside. So they make up the bogus excuse that they could not figure out the time that the buyer and seller were paired. And so they strip it. And in many cases, it's hundreds of thousands of shares in single trade blocks. And they strip it out. They disappear it from the actual trading period where it would be most important to provide true price discovery. And then they shove it into the after hours where it's inconsequential completely. They tack the total volume onto the closing bar volume. It doesn't appear up in here where it should have. And it's a form of price manipulation, period. End of story. That's what it is.